What if I told you the old-school compact camera, the one we thought was dead, just made a surprising comeback against the best smartphones? We're talking about real photos, real memories, and a real challenge to your phone's ring. You know the drill. We're on holiday, soaking in the sights, and what's the first thing we pull out to capture that perfect moment? Our smartphone, of course. For years, we've watched these pocket-sized marvels get better and better, convincing us that they are the only camera we truly need. The saying goes, the best camera is the one you have with you. And for most of us, that's undeniably our phone. But is convenience truly the same as quality? This question nagged at me, especially after noticing more and more people snapping away with dedicated compact cameras at tourist spots. So, I decided to put it to the test. I packed my daily driver, the Oppo Find X8 Pro, which boasts one of the top-tier smartphone camera experiences out there. And alongside it, I brought Canon's new PowerShot V1 to Europe. This was my personal experiment to see if I was missing out by relying solely on my flagship phone. Right off the bat, the Canon PowerShot V1 impressed with its sheer portability. I just slipped a wrist strap on it and kept it in hand, or tucked it into my shorts pocket. It fired up in an instant, focused with lightning speed, and was ready to shoot. This compact camera packs a significant punch under the hood, featuring a 1.4-inch CMOS sensor and Canon's powerful Digic X image processor. It can shoot 22.3 megapixel photos and record 4K video at 60 frames per second. But here's the crucial difference. Unlike a smartphone, the PowerShot V1 does not rely on computational photography or AI enhancements. What you see is literally what you get. It captures the world with a straightforward honesty, without the layers of digital magic our phones perform. The Oppo, on the other hand, is a master of digital wizardry. It packs multiple sensors and sophisticated algorithms that work tirelessly behind the scenes to enhance every shot, creating images that pop with vibrant colors and impressive detail, optimized perfectly for its stunning AMOLED display. So, how did this head-to-head battle actually play out when we looked at the final images on a large, high-quality OLED screen? The results were genuinely surprising. Initially, viewing the photos on the Canon's LCD, I thought the Oppo was running circles around it. The Canon's images often appeared darker, less vibrant. But move those pictures to a premium OLED monitor, and a different story emerged. The Canon, as a general rule, delivered superior photos. Let's break it down. When it came to color, the Canon's reproduction was simply more accurate, truer to what my eyes saw in person. The Oppo, by default, boosts saturation, making scenes more vibrant. It's like applying an Instagram filter before you even take the shot. For focus, the Oppo held an edge, letting you tap to pinpoint exactly where you wanted sharpness. The Canon, with its laser focusing, was excellent but not quite as intuitively precise. For standard photos, the Canon captured significantly better detail, especially in shadows, rendering them exactly as they appeared in real life. The Oppo's AI, however, was fantastic at peering into darker areas, pulling out detail where the Canon saw only deep shade. Unsurprisingly, the Oppo dominated in the zoom department. With its computational power and multiple lenses, it lets you get dramatically closer with far better clarity and detail. In challenging lighting conditions, the Canon maintained accurate brightness levels, producing images that often felt more pleasing and natural than the Oppo, which sometimes tended to overbrighten. Ultimately, both cameras captured amazing memories, and it often came down to nitpicking. But my conclusion is clear. For those close-up shots of iconic landmarks, intricate museum details, or charming street scenes where you are within the dedicated camera's optical range, the Canon PowerShot V1 wins. It delivers what your eye sees: accurate colors, excellent detail, and perfectly reproduced lighting. The smartphone, though, remains king for distant landscapes, selfies, tricky low-light scenarios, and those moments when you need serious zoom. It is the ultimate all-rounder, a jack-of-all-trades that excels in flexibility. So, am I ditching my phone for photography? Not entirely. But I am adding a dedicated compact camera to my travel arsenal for my next big, sightseeing holiday. It turns out there is still a very real place for these specialized devices. The Canon PowerShot V1 proves that a compact camera can not only compete with a high-end smartphone, but, in many crucial areas, truly excel. What are your thoughts on dedicated cameras versus smartphones for your most precious memories? We want to hear from you. Find us on social media or leave a review. And make sure you subscribe to stay ahead of the curve on all things tech.